The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And that first step is probably the hardest one. I'm sure that if you watch this video and my other videos in this series, your first step will not only be easy but also a success. First of all, I would like to tell you that you are lucky. Because when I gave my first interview, there was no YouTube. So without watching any how-to videos or doing a Google search, I went for the interview and yes, I failed. And failed again and again and again, and with every failure, with every interview, I learned something new. I kept on learning, kept on improving and became experienced in giving interviews. And one day, I got my first offer letter. And I wish and hope and pray and believe that you will get your very soon. Let's get started. Hello friends and welcome to Let's Share Solutions, and I am Ashwani Thakur. This video is specially for freshers on how to prepare for a job interview. Before we begin your interview preparation, I would like you to think from the perspective of the employer or the recruiter. Hiring a fresher is a challenge for them because a fresher has no track record. One can be very intelligent, studious, or best student in school or college, but that does not guarantee that he or she will be a good employee. So the interviewer talks with you and judges you and decides, do you suit their position or not? When you go for an interview, you will notice that the interviewer has a piece of paper on which they write down some things which you never get to see. They are actually trying to analyze your skills and mark you with yes, no, 9 or 4. I mean the same thing we do unconsciously or consciously when we meet a new person from the opposite sex. When we try to judge the person that we meet and we try to think that will that person be a good friend of mine or something else. So it's the same thing which happens there. So let me tell you some basic things that they are looking for in a candidate. First, they are looking for honesty, which means you are not lying about anything that you have mentioned in your CV. So they will counter question you if you say something or write something in your CV. If you say you know something, they will try to find out do you actually know it or you've just written that. Second, they look for originality. Mostly candidates spend a lot of time in worrying for the interview and no time in writing their CV. So what they do is copy someone else's CV, and what's worse is that people even copy the hobbies of others. So when you write your CV, make sure you write your own hobbies. You can watch another video of mine in which I tell you extensively on how to write a good CV. Next, the recruiter also looks for your confidence. They look for people who are team workers, someone who is a quick learner, and someone who will stay for a long time in the organization. So now that you know what they are looking for in a candidate, it's easier for you to match with their expectations. To impress the interviewer, follow these steps. First, dress appropriately. Remember, you're out of college now, so go in formals. Second, try to reach before time. Third, take 2 copies of your CV. Some freshers even forget to take 1 CV. This gives a very bad impression. Also, take 2 pens. Why 2 pens? Because there will be many people without pen and will find a kind person like you and ask for a pen. And when you need it, you won't be able to find it. It happened always with me when in my case, when I used to give anyone a pen, I used to forget their face. So I never knew who took my pen. So I always carried 2 pens. Next, do a mock interview before you go for the interview, which means you can ask your friends or family member to take a test interview. And I'm not going in details about these points because I have explained these points in detail in my other videos. So you can watch those videos and you can check out these things in detail. Another important point is to do some research about the company before you go for the interview. Last point is to prepare all possible common questions asked in an interview. You will find the answer to common questions again in my other videos. Now I would like to give you some tips on what to do when you actually give the interview. First, have a smile on your face, especially when you enter the room and when you leave. Second, give a firm handshake and greet the interviewer before and after the interview. Third, have an eye contact while talking. Do not look down or here and there on the walls while you are talking. Look directly to the person you're talking to. A very important point is to tell the interviewer how this job relates to you. For example, if you're going for a job which requires you to work at night, just mention that you like working at night and you always studied at night during your exams. Or if the job requires you to travel, mention that how comfortable you are with travel. You don't have to be dishonest, but try to find as many things you can find which relate to you and the company or the profile that you're going for. And in the end, if given a chance, always ask for feedback about your interview. Ask the interviewer that how can you improve or what areas do you think that you should focus on. That's it in this video. I wish you all the best. And if you have any query, please feel free to message me and I will try to reply or create a video for you. Do subscribe to our channel for more useful videos. You can like this video or comment if you want. And remember, when you shift your focus from problems to solutions, the problems disappear. So let's focus on solutions. Let's share solutions.